Коноровирус. Коноровирус.
Классно, я очень рад, что я твой вирус. Как тебя чувствуешь? Сколько дней мы уже на карантине?
На карантині, я ще скажу, скільки днів. Ми коли пішли на карантин? Якого числа?
Это может быть третья неделя?
Да, я думаю, десь третя, вже четверта неділя пішла.
Welcome to Odessa, Ukraine during the coronavirus lockdown. Lots of you have written to me over the last 10 days or so since I made a podcast from here in Odessa about what's the situation, what's going on. And you're going to take a little tour of Odessa during the coronavirus. I'm standing here just beside the main train station. Now that normally would be, of course, packed with travelers coming from all over Ukraine or leaving for other parts of Ukraine or even internationally. And of course, all these intercity transport links, the formal links, have been suspended for the moment. If you're watching this in the future, we're basically at the beginning of April in 2020. And basically, you cannot get a train or a bus to another city in Ukraine. Obviously, flights have also been suspended now for over, well, it's about 2 weeks. Well, the first thing that I'm suffering from is all the hairdressers are closed. So for the last few weeks, I haven't been able to get a haircut. I'm hoping to rectify that pretty soon because it's becoming a little bit uncomfortable, the amount of growth on this hair. More inconvenient, of course, is the fact that most shops and restaurants and bars and obviously clubs, all big events are all cancelled. Obviously sporting events in the country, things like concerts. But it is possible to obviously get food. There's no run on the supermarkets so far, but for all sorts of purposes, it's just a little bit boring. But there are some upsides also to what's going on. So let's go and take a little bit of a walk around Odessa during the coronavirus lockdown. Поехали.
Tsar Experience.
На мій погляд, ситуація в Україні і в Одесі дуже спокійна, тому що я не бачу таких перепуганих людей, що бігають, все скупляють, вони прям там 10 слоїв масок надягають на себе, перчатки, нічого такого не помітно. Люди всі займаються спортом, люди почали більше спілкуватися між собою. Знаєте, якась пішла реакція навпаки, коли є свобода і все можна робити, все дозволяється, люди всі в телефонах сидять, класають. А коли у нас карантин, у людей якась інша реакція пішла. Це всі почали спортом займатися, всі почали більш спілкуватися, обмінюватися інформацією. Можливо, це і плюс те, що зробили карантин. Але надіємося, що скоро все закінчиться, тому що я вже хочу ходити на пари, навчатися хочу, я набралась дуже багато енергії на карантині і з новими силами хочу вчитися.
So now I'm on Deribasovskaya. This is the main pedestrian street in Odessa. Normally this will be thronged with people. Look at the beautiful weather we have at the beginning of April, and the street is obviously full of shops and restaurants and cafes. There's the classic Kompot down the street behind me, which is an Odessa classic to kind of people watch from, but there is obviously no one allowed to sit out on a terrace. Although the restrictions here are not as bad as what I've heard and what I've seen online for the rules in Kiev, the capital, and also, which means that basically there it's a lot stricter about wearing masks. You cannot actually pick up coffee or take away yourself. It has to be delivered to you, from what I understand, in the capital. Here we can go obviously and pick up some coffee. It's not a big deal. Well, it's possible, at least in the city center. Now, Ukrainians, as I often tell you in the videos on my channel, are not generally renowned for being law-abiding. Rule of law is pretty low here, especially if you compare it to neighboring Belarus, which has a stronger tradition of rule of law since its independence. So in general, even though there are rules and recommendations here, there's a little bit of leeway. The police are not as strict as they might be of what I've seen online with the British and French police stalking people with drones and whatnot. We don't see that here at all in Odessa, for sure. I haven't heard about it in Ukraine. So definitely there's less likely people are going to follow the rules here, and there's a lot more flexibility, and the fact that the weather is beautiful and not everything is closed. And of course, still Ukraine, still full of hot chicks and pretty girls walking around, even if they're now wearing fashionable masks a little bit more. That makes it probably almost the best place in Europe to be stuck during the coronavirus lockdown. At the city, they definitely still have a sense of humor. That famous Одесский humor is still strong here, with the poster of Richelieu, was the first, well, the founder of the city here, Odessa, and him wearing the mask. It's a famous statue over by the Potemkin Steps. When you get to come here after the quarantine lifts, definitely go and check it out. So I've come down here to the Otrada beach area. It's not very far from the center, it's just a couple of kilometers. And I had heard that there are a lot of people out running here doing sport. It's a lot less than I think it was before when the quarantine started. Definitely you see less and less people here. It's kind of started to take more, I guess, of a severe effect. But at the same time, there's still people out walking around. Officially, groups of more than 2 people here are not allowed. But apparently if we're one person, it's fine. So you'll see a lot of couples out here walking around, and it doesn't seem to be that strictly enforced anyways. There are groups bigger than that, but definitely don't see massive groups of obviously 50 people. See a lot of joggers going up and down. So I guess at this city I've been getting fitter probably during this quarantine. Now, the internal travel within the city, because I came here down to this area by taxi, there are actually still the buses running, Marshruki, and the trams in the city. So it's just intercity transport links have been suspended, but actually intra-city is still running. And basically life is pretty tranquil here. There's no panic, and people are trying to do as much as they can. It is just a little bit boring, obviously, because a lot of places are closed. Not all shops are closed. I saw Vodafone was open. At least something with Vodafone written above it. Could have just been a phone repair shop. So definitely there are a few places open. You can get coffee, you can get food, takeaway. The supermarkets are all working. So it's just a little bit dull, I would say, in general here.
Вот, Анжела, коронавірус. Що думаєш?
Коронавірус. Я думаю, що скоро карантин закінчиться.
Да?
Надіюся.
Когда? Коли?
Ну, офіційно 24 квітня, а я думаю, що це 100% буде, так, що все відкриється і все буде як і раніше.
І сьогодні все відкрито, или як ситуація в Одесі?
Все відкрито, але сидіти не можна. Потрібно купити і піти з собою, з кофем. Якщо хочеш щось поїсти, з собою взяти і теж піти, а не сидіти в кафе або в ресторані.
Добре.
Вы мечтаете, чтобы карантин закончился?
Що
Вы
закончиш?
мечтаете, чтобы карантин закончился?
Да, конечно, мне не нравится карантин. И что? Потому что я с тобой сидел.
Мне тоже карантин не нравится, потому что я с вами.
От, дякую.
Нема за що звертайтесь.
So that's my overview at the beginning of April of the coronavirus lockdown here in Odessa in Ukraine. So drop me a comment below in the comment section to the video how what I've shown you here in this video compares to the situation in your hometown, how you're getting, how you're suffering, because I assume you are suffering in some sense. You had your freedoms curtailed. I have seen some videos online showing San Francisco with no one there, old drone footage. Also, I saw one from Odessa, but it's not really representative, at least of here, because they must have shot that video at dawn at 6, 7 a.m. because there are people, as you see, walking around. It's not completely deserted. It does look kind of, I guess, unusual to get those kind of shots, but I don't think it's representative, and I want you to actually get a sense of feeling what it's like here. I have been using my time as productively as possible. I am working on a new video course, and I've made a lot of progress. We're actually ahead of schedule for probably the first time ever when I do something ahead of schedule, because I don't have as many other distractions. So definitely you want to be subscribed to this channel. If you want to find out about the video course, it's going to be launched in about 2 weeks, and it is going to be the fundamentals for dating beautiful women in Eastern Europe. That's going to be the sense of it. It's going to be taking my knowledge of traveling and dating here in the last 10 years and synthesizing that into a video for you to learn from. It's going to be the fundamentals. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's also taken a lot of the points that I've learned having clients in the last year, which has been really, really beneficial in terms of me understanding exactly the problems that you're most likely to face coming here as a foreigner, not just my own experience, but those that I coach in person, that I mentor. So you also want to have whacked that notification bell to get notified, because I'm going to have a series of videos very soon after this video is released, probably about 10 days. Week to 10 days is going to be a series of videos. So you definitely want to watch those and find out more about the course. I did have a free PDF outlining my secret places to meet and bring beautiful women in cities like Minsk, Kiev, and Odessa. It might still be there when I go out. I wasn't going to leave it up for very long. It normally costs $250 to get information. Just have a look in the description for that, and if it's still there, do it straight away when you're watching this, because it will probably be gone within a day or two of me actually uploading this video, looking at my schedule. And yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm actually kind of happy to have this project to be able to share with you and to, you know, give you some of the coaching knowledge, the fundamental coaching knowledge that you would get if you were to come with me in person. Yeah, I hope that you're healthy, that you don't get the coronavirus, or if you do get it, that it's only mild symptoms. Stay strong, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in another video very soon. Do побачення, до свидання from Odessa, Ukraine.
SAR Experience.